Well, welcome to the Be Seen, Be Loved TV show. I'm your host, Christie Love. Today, we're going to talk about getting paid speaking gigs. So if you have ever wanted to be a speaker or you are a speaker and just not making the kind of money that you'd hope for, then this episode is definitely for you. But first, let me just give you a little speaker wisdom. I when I first started in this public speaking space, I lack confidence. And so it was so much easier for me to kind of piggyback on other people's, platforms and events. And that's okay when you're starting out. But sooner or later, uh, it's going to be to your benefit to start creating your own events. You can only do that so long, right? I'm just talking to the people that I see doing this. Uh, Always, in other people's groups, at their events, promoting their events, promoting their products, promoting their services, but they are really not aware of the level of expertise that they bring to the table. And so I don't want you to do that, right? I want you to really own your power, own your expertise as a thought leader in your industry, and start creating your own. Now, this is a huge confidence shift that needs to take place during this transition. But just when you understand that that's the way you need to go, it'll happen. As long as you stay on this journey, continue to promote yourself, continue to do the things that we're going to talk about today, it's going to happen. But and find ways that you can expand yourself, right? Expand yourself as an influencer, as a thought leader, and really show people that, hey, right? You are a person that people should be wanting to be at your events. They should want to hang around you or network with you or collaborate with you. And so that's just a little speaker wisdom now. But it's a huge transformation. It's a little scary to do things on your own, but sooner or later, that's the path that you need to take if you want to create a sustainable speaking business. And so one way is that you can start to get paid speaking gigs is to put yourself out there, right? Gain more visibility by showcasing what you do. Create your website. Start posting on social media. Post. I have a client, a fairly new client, and that simple thing of posting short videos talking about his subject has allowed him to get tons of people flooding him, asking him questions like, wow, you speak? And he's in an industry where, wow, they get a lot of, they have a lot of speaker opportunities and they pay very well. I mean, like for 1 hour, $5,000 to $10,000. For that they pay for a speaker. And so he's starting to get traction in that area. He's done a little bit, but he wants more. But just posting short 1-minute videos, just sharing a tip that's giving him a lot of exposure. And people are noticing him right off the bat. Wow, it took me a long time to start, getting people to, see me and see what I was doing. But he just started this and he's already getting people asking him questions. So great. So he's on the right track. But other things that you can do around your social media presence is posting, right? Videos are great. If you can post 2 to 3 videos a week, that'd be amazing. But post your videos, showcase, tell people what you do, talk about your expertise, talk about the things that you know about. Listen, you probably have 10, 20, 30 years of experience in this area. You have a lot of information. So just start writing it down. And sooner or later, the ideas are going to start to flow to you. You can also post like testimonials. If anyone's ever given you a testimonial, that's a great way to post. Also share your wisdom and some tips, right? But most importantly, share things that you're doing in this area. Showcase events that you are attending, events that you're putting on, new products and services that you have out there. Show people that you are active in your, in the industry. That's the main thing. I have a client who is in the health and wellness sector, and she started, posting and posting and posting, and she got, small speaking gigs and more speaking gigs, and start expanding very rapidly within like a year. And now she's a paid speaker. And so it can happen. You just have to get moving. And that's I think the most important tip of being a speaker is, for one, to start. And number two is to really stay consistent. And number three is to continue to get better in practicing your craft. Now, the next tip I want to share with you that's going to really help you to get paid speaking gigs is to develop a strong pitch, a pitch that clearly communicates your expertise, your topic, and why you are the right person to talk about it, to speak at that event. And so this is how it goes. An event planner may have an event, let's say a business event, right? They have a marketing speaker. They may have digital person. Okay, maybe they need a productivity person. Maybe they need a motivational speaker. Maybe they need maybe they want to, maybe they need a communication expert, right? So they have this event, and they have an idea or list of different topics that they need to fill for that event, for speakers who have expertise in those specific topics. And so they're going to start looking, let's say, for that marketing expert. So they're going to start searching online for a marketing expert. And they're going to reach out to the people who have branded themselves as a marketing expert. Maybe they'll check you out online, maybe they'll interview you, or just simply ask you to be a part of their event. That's how it works. But you have to find that niche. You have to position yourself as that expert in that industry. Maybe you're a leadership, trainer. That may be something specific that they're looking for, because they want information about or around that topic to help their audience. Maybe you are a resilience coach, because the group is having some issues within a department. Maybe there's, a lot of, adversity that's happening, things that are happening that are unexpected, and they need someone to kind of boost their motivation a little bit to continue to thrive and work toward the overall company goals. You see how that works? So really positioning yourself and niching yourself down to your level of expertise and showcasing that is going to help event planners to easily choose you. And so my title is called the Communication and Connection Expert. If someone needs someone to talk about the area of communication or public speaking, they come to me. Simple, but you have to niche down. I've spoken to people who say, "Oh, I don't want to niche. I don't want to." But okay, if you are everything, if you're seen as everything, you're doing this and you're doing that. You're looking, for one, like an amateur, and two, you're not helping them to choose you for an event. You're not helping people to find you. There used to be a lot of life coaches. Oh, I'm a life coach. I mean, what does that mean? What really are you going to help me with? Right. So look at your messaging, look at your title, look at your tagline, and also look at your keynote presentations, and make sure that your presentations can fit in certain areas. Now, with my clients, I always ask them to create at least 3 keynote presentations. Right. For instance, I'm a communication coach, so of course I'm going to have a public speaking keynote. But I also have expertise in the area of selling, and so I have a sales presentation. Lastly, there's a lot of people who hire me for like women's events, International Women's Day, other events. Nonprofit organizations might hire me, military organizations may hire me to speak. So I have a more motivational presentation for that. And I just tailor it a little bit to fit that audience. But I have my keynotes. They're done. presentations, done. Need a little tweak here and there, but it's the same thing. If you look at Tony Robbins, love Tony Robbins. He was my first, mentor. But his presentations are exactly the same over the last 30 years. The same thing, the same title, the same events that he has year after year after year, and everyone loves it because they're getting value. So you don't need to change your topic or change your presentation for every event. A lot of people don't know this, especially those who have been in Toastmasters previously. You don't need to do that. Create 3 keynotes and just edit them based on the audience that you're serving. Simple. And lastly, the thing that I help my clients with, and this is one that's very important. It kind of goes with the speaker wisdom that I gave earlier today, and that is create your own events. Create your own events. That's where you're going to make the most money. That's where you're going to have the most control over how much money you bring in. Is when you start creating your own events. It's also going to help build influence in your industry and help you to be seen as an expert, and also showcase your expertise and also connect with potential clients. You have control over that environment. You have control over how much time you can spend with the audience members. Think about that. When you're at other people's events, you have a certain time on stage and you have to go there, and they're maneuvering you somewhere else and maneuvering you somewhere else. You don't really get time to spend with the audience members. You may get time to spend with the meeting planners, other speakers, but really you're speaking to expand your business. And so it's going to be advantageous to you if you create your events where you have control, where you are the sole person delivering the information. You can do this virtually or in person. I do a lot of virtual now in the conference of my own home, and I have control over that environment. I've also done, live events as well. I love them, love them, love them. That gives, a little more warm and fuzzy me time with more people, but do them both. Do them both. It's okay. And that's what I help my clients to be able to do, where they take control of their speaking business and really gain a very lucrative salary around helping other people. I have another client who he does these all the time. At first, it started small. He does these events, right? These speaking events. It started small. He does them twice a year, and it's grown and grown and got bigger and bigger and bigger over time. And now his events are amazing. He's filling the room. He's getting crazy amounts of speaking opportunities all over the world. He only works like once a month. And that's all he really needs to do because he's getting so much money, so much traction. But that's how he started, is creating his own events. I have another client who does more virtual events, and she can dish those out every month. But the key to creating your own event is that it leads to working with you. So you have to have something on the back end that makes them hungry to want more products and services or coaching, right? But package all of this up pretty, over deliver, give them as much value as you possibly can to be able to serve and serve and serve and serve more to more audiences. You can do that nonstop. You don't have to wait a year for an event to pop up. You create your own event whenever you want to, and you have control over that. So if creating your own events is in your plan for the near future, definitely contact me. But I want to give you just some more tips, okay? We talked about the presentation, right? But your topic is very important, right? You want your topic to be unique and specific, right? In a way that kind of separates you from other speakers. So find new creative ways to help and add value to your talks. Next, now, if you choose to pitch companies, pitch event planners. That's another way to get speaking gigs, of course. But the key with that is the follow-up. You can pitch all day long, but if you're not following up, it's going to be very small, right, percentage that you're going to really get a speaking gig. So make sure that you're following up, create a spreadsheet, track all of this, make sure that everything's in order, and do that on a consistent basis every single week if you can. And then lastly, honing your public speaking skills. Practice, practice, practice. If you know me, I always badger, right, and hold my clients accountable to practicing, because I know, the value of it. When I first started this online virtual speaking, it was new to me. I'm sure it's new to you too. And I was committed to learning this valuable skill, virtual speaking. And so I recorded and posted over 400 videos in 3 months because I was hungry and I wanted to learn this skill. Now, backtrack to when I first started public speaking. I was hungry. I wanted to learn this valuable skill. So I would practice all throughout the day. My first talks were about 5 minutes, right? In Toastmasters. And I thought, where in my day can I find 5 minutes? So find small increments of 5 minutes throughout my day. For instance, after getting, dressed and ready for work, driving to the gym, on the treadmill, driving to work. After work, on a break, I'd go somewhere and just practice the presentation. I was practicing all the time because I wanted to get better. I wanted to get better, and I wanted to over-deliver, and I wanted to be the best. Not promoting perfectionism or anything like that, but you want to continue to advance. So keep practicing your skill. It's going to help you to also to build your confidence. You're going to know your stuff. You're not going to be forgetting. You're not going to go blank as much. You're not going to get as nervous as much if you know your presentation. And remember, I'm just asking for three keynotes. That's all, just 3. I'm sure you can do that, right? Just 3. Practice those and have them be so comfortable presenting them that it comes from the heart. That comes from the heart, not in your head, not thinking about the words and how you're saying things, but speak from your heart. That's when you're going to really wow audiences. That's when people are going to want you at their events or want to come to your events and pay you top dollar as a speaker. So again, I thank you so much for being on the show. That wraps up our episode for today. Talked about creating your own presence, right? We also talked about having a strong pitch and also creating your own event and owning your own speaking business. And so, if that resonated with you, make sure you reach out to me. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place on the Be Seen, Be Loved TV show. Bye for now.
Are you a professional struggling to speak confidently in front of others? Do you have trouble giving presentations or leading teams? Are you finding it difficult to sell to clients? At Be Seen, Beloved, we understand the challenges you face. That's why we're here to help. With our expert guidance and training, you'll gain the confidence you need to excel in your business and career. Whether you're looking to lead groups, speak to larger audiences, or train people in your corporation, we can help. Our unique approach will not only improve your business connections and increase your income, but it will also lead to a happier and more fulfilled life. So why wait? Take the first step towards success and visit us at www.beseenbeloved.com today.